Hello, good evening, and wow, welcome to the Full Force News Burst Live with me, Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostic 80, brought to you by GeneralStoresReborn.com. And my goodness, what an amazing day it's been in the G.I. Joe world. Lots of stuff to get through, actually. It's not even just about the unboxing video that is quite emblazoned over all of the kind of live stream kind of like visuals and graphics tonight. There's loads to get through, so we're going to jump in. I mean, there's been like Kickstarter developments, there's been retro trooper in hand images, there's been a few figures kind of creeping out in HK as well in Hong Kong. There's more. A Walmart CollectorCon has announced dates. it's it, can we please, the retro pre-orders went up today. Just chill out, yeah, Yojo June. You're drunk. Go home. Right. Let's get stuck into it because we've got a lot to get through, and I haven't eaten yet, so I need to do that soon. Anyway, let's get into it. Wow. Hello to everyone in the comments. Hope everyone is doing well. There's a lot of people in there, or a lot of you in there already. Everyone's going nuts. It seems to be a very excited, group of comments. Anyway, lots to get through. I'm not going to get to all the comments because it's going to be a long one tonight. So I'll chip in every now and again. I'll try and see what's going on. But honestly, there's so much to cover right now. So this is going to be almost like it almost feels like a midweek. This is going to be the length of a weekly, Kitty said. But unfortunately, it's the weekly is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like a 5-hour marathon at this point. So let's get stuck into the first bit of information of the day. Yojo June, everybody. Happy birthday, happy Christmas. Happy G.I. Joe Christmas. I am struggling to keep up, not going to lie. But I have rinsed through all the graphics tonight to try and get this sorted. So let's move on. So first up, Hobbybase posted a couple of images of the eels, Beachhead retro, obviously, Jinx, and Norgahide, Porkbelly, and Yobbo. So they're turning up in Hong Kong at the moment, which is great. Which is the only reason I mention this is because it's not too long after we see the Hobbybase posts that we see them kind of like filter through the rest of the world, including us. So I'm excited that those are currently sort of like getting closer and closer. So very excited for those indeed. And I just wanted to, report as I do. So there you go. Next up as well, as well as that, which makes me excited because I know that we'll probably start seeing these in some fashion of retail, I imagine, sooner rather than later. We also had our retro pre-orders go up today. Obviously, I'm not going to go into massive detail with this. We've already covered it. They covered it on the live. We talked about the figures themselves. Nothing really new to report, honestly, other than the pre-orders went up. And I think there have already been some sellouts in Hasbro Pulse. The Trooper, obviously, and I think actually Cobra Commander got sold out too. In any case, not really much else to really say other than there you go. They're out, ready for pre-order. Get stuck in there. It's not just Pulse, it's pretty much all retail, isn't it? So we're going to see these eventually, and you'll probably be able to get them elsewhere and multiple other online retailers and what have you. So there you go. Retro is out now. And again, like I'm breezing through because we've already discussed this in massive detail. The next thing is shortly before the pre-orders went live, images posted by Surveillance Port. Shout out to Eric at Surveillance Port and Weibo. I'll say Weibo. In-hand images of the retro Cobra Trooper. Now this is quite interesting and quite cool because not only do we get a shot of the figure on card, which we've seen probably better quality images of this particular figure in card, but we did get it out of card. We get to see that nice blue color, and as well as that, we got a very cool comparison shot with the other kind of officers and troopers, which I think is really nice because it shows here like a very clear, distinct difference in that blue, almost closer to the X-Men behind him than the team that he's in. He's kind of in there. Trooper out of stock on Amazon as well. Thank you, Liquid Identity. So yeah, even though you can get it multiple places, but BBTS have also got it, and they've sold out and got more put back up. So there's that as well. Thank you, Derek. So yeah, it's not just Pulse. Go everywhere. Find like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store. Just try the lot. And then also on top of that, they'll probably end up in, you know, GameStop and Targets and all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed. But they look to be selling out, even though everyone was kind of like meh. When it's typical, isn't it? It's like, oh, I'm not really sure about the Trooper. Instant sellout, ridiculous. I saw somebody got like 40 of them. Again, it's that eels mentality. Eels up inside you, finding a Trooper where they can. Jody snagged 5. Awesome. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. We got this. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you can say about the in-hand images of the Retro Cobra Trooper. Yeah, a bit of blue, and yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it. Let's move on, because there's lots more to talk about, isn't there? I would say more important things to discuss. Okay, Collecticon, Walmart. They have announced dates for their next Collecticon, which is going to be the 25th and the 26th of July, right on top of SDCC. Yeah, right on top of SDCC, basically, which kind of does happen. Obviously they do it on purpose, but yeah, this is very, I'm not saying it's going to be, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but there is a likelihood we might see that Walmart exclusive 2-pack of Night Force Falcon and Heart Wrencher appear. Now, it might be during this one, it might be during the next one. They have multiple Collecticons during the year, so I'm just going to say it's a possibility. There's a possibility of that one actually showing up for this Collecticon, but we might have more information closer to the time. And obviously, there's the leaks that always happen, so we'll find out, I guess. Finally, going to find out who Whipsnakes is. No, Scott, Whipsnakes is not Walmart. Whipsnakes is a different 2-pack. It is just a standard situation. It's not a Walmart exclusive. Anywhosen, yeah, so Collecticon 25th to the 26th of July. Let's go. Now, on top of that, yes, 14 stretch goals unlocked. They have broken 2 million bones for the Skybound Kickstarter compendium. They are like absolutely trouncing it. This is beyond what I expect. I thought they might sneak 2 million, not like barrel roll through it, classified barrel roll confirmed, not just like absolutely decimate, classified decimator, you know, through it. Like this has got to be unprecedented for GI Joe, right? We are now at $2,071,111, right? Which obviously broke into the 2,050,000 like very quickly. We are now rolling into 2,100,000, or like closing in on 2,100,000, which would be the next two more cards, trading cards by Ron Wagner. Rod Wiggum, we've unlocked those. And then, of course, Lee Weeks for 2,150. But it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So congratulations yet again, as this like unprecedented Kickstarter for the Joe brand just absolutely continues to bash down walls like it's the Kool-Aid dude. Anyway, wow. And that leads us into this beauty of Yojo June. Thank you to BMAC and Lenny for just appearing on our screens, posting a Dragonfly unboxing, which not only gives us a nice kind of like view of the Dragonfly again, which we have seen multiple times, but it's nice to see it straight out of the box. But on top of that, we finally get our action figure updates, which is amazing. Now, a couple of things I want to make very clear here, because I'll probably forget as we get to it. I'll probably remember as we get to it. There was one major thing that popped up in this chat between these two guys as they're unboxing, and that is that there was a heavy hint that real parachutes are going to be utilized soon. And I would hazard a guess that the Halo paratrooper probably has a lot to do with that, right? The Halo action pilot, whatever you want to call it, for the 60th, which was leaked a little while ago, that was one main issue that they talked about with the backpack on Ripcord, which again we'll get to in a second, because there's two like pegs inside that backpack, which it sounds like are forward planning for parachutes. So it looks like there's a parachute happening for that, which is great, isn't it? So very excited for that. Just wanted to get that out of the way. That was a nice little kind of like underlying kind of thing that was in there. Another thing that, yeah, a few of you are mentioning in the comments, Lenny said Grand Slam, when I think he meant Flash. I just assume he meant Flash, but that could also be a slip by Lenny to say that maybe Grand Slam's coming. I don't know, but I loved it and thought it was hilarious. And yeah, anyway, amazing stuff. Now let's go through what they actually unboxed. Now, massive shout out to Oliver Barrett. We've had him on the show in the past. We did an interview with Oliver Barrett when the his tank came out and talked about his beautiful artwork on that. Or did we talk about just his beautiful artwork in general and then yeah, that was right. I don't think we were we aware of the his tank at that point? I think we were. I think we did talk about it. In any case, he did an amazing job on the his tank artwork, and look at the phenomenal job he's done on the Dragonfly as well. These long freezes he does are just gorgeous, and I think this packaging is absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, massive shout out to Oliver Barrett for his wonderful artwork on these. And I think he also did the figure artwork as well, because obviously it all comes as like one sort of collected piece. So and it did look like his style on the artwork as well, which again is really nice on the action figures. Right then. Oh yes, he did say jet instead of helicopter as well, Necro. I do want to point that out actually as well. You're good. Thank you for reminding me, because the whole fact that he said jet makes you kind of wonder. I wonder if he's got jets on the mind. I wonder if that Rattler's coming soon. Anyway, it's all nice to kind of jump on these little, you know, hints and things, or slips is what they usually are, aren't they? So I'm going to just go ahead and say, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's probably accidental trips of the tongue that, you know, those particular characters and names and what have you are on their minds, is all I'm going to say on that one. I don't agree, Daniel, with that comment. I'm sorry. I do not. We'll get to the figures in a minute, and I couldn't agree less on that with that statement. But again, it's all, you know, personal opinion, isn't it? And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I do not agree with that. Anyway, let's kind of move through these images because there's a lot of them. As you can see, there's the side as well. So that frieze just goes all the way around, which is really cool. And there it is on the back. Just beautiful artwork. And I love that kind of like almost, is it like Apocalypse Now sort of vibe with the color? You know, very, very kind of, I'm just looking for my his tank box, but I don't know where I've put it. I think I put it away. I did, yeah, because I needed more space. In fact, I needed space for my Dragonfly. So I've actually just put the box away. I put it away now. Yeah, so beautiful stuff. And again, Oliver Barrett, brilliant. And this is on the top. So you've got the Dragonfly XH1 kind of logo there, which is very, very cool. And that kind of wonderful blueprint vibe for the top there, with the front and the side views of the Dragonfly, and a bunch of other logos down there too. Yeah, very nice indeed. Now, moving through, you can see that we get the mobile command center of boxes. If you know, you know. So that kind of staggered sort of system as they're all crushed into that box. But each of those boxes contain different things. You have obviously and actually I'm surprised at the size of the box. I'm impressed because the length of the Dragonfly is humongous, 36 inches, I think he said, maybe 36 and a half, I can't remember. But the fact they've managed to get the Dragonfly into that bigger box on the right hand side is phenomenal. And then of course you've got the stand, which is in the second box in the middle. and then you've got the figures that are in that kind of flatter box on the end there on the left. So, and they all have nice little like, logos on them. You've got the Dragonfly XH1 logo on the Dragonfly box. You've got the Yeehaw Champion GI Joe Wild Bill logo. That's phenomenal as well. That's brilliant, absolutely hilarious and brilliant. For the stand, the flight stand looks pretty sexy too. Actually, I'm not going to lie. And then you have the kind of GI Joe logo, the star logo on the figure box as well. So nice, 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 nice. Dragonfly is 31 to 32 inches. Okay, thank you, Airborne Customs. Yes, what is 36? Something's 36, but it might have been the Cobra airship. Anyway, it's a big old thing. Let's face it, it's pretty cool. It's a long old thing. Need that Yeehaw Champions logo on a t-shirt now. Yes, Rekship. I wonder if they might do that for like, for like the kind of fan gear sort of section on the on Hasbro Pulse at some point. Yeah. Anyway, then we open the box, and this is the box with. Actually, I think this is the what do you call it box. This is the Dragonfly box with all the missiles and blast effects and what have you, or is it? Or maybe I've got it. Maybe I've got it wrong. Maybe this is the stand, and that's the Dragonfly box, isn't it? Oh, that's Dragonfly box underneath. Okay, cool. So, okay, my bad. I had to rush through this video. So this is the top layer of the Dragonfly box, which has the missiles, the bits and pieces, and what have you, and also the stickers and the tampos and all that kind of good stuff, including that zombie Wild Bill they kept mentioning, which is kind of fun as well, isn't it? I like that. So yeah, kind of a zombie Wild Bill deco. I'm probably going to go with the kind of default, or not default, but like the classic Dragonfly paraphernalia. A lot of references to zombies. Yes, indeed, indeed. Yeah, you wonder if there's going to be a bit more of that kind of going through. I know we've had mole rats, which are sort of zombies, but you never know. You might kind of they might be leaning into zombie stuff just in general, which is kind of fun. But again, I think it's also a bit of fun with the stickers for the Dragonfly. Then of course we've got the other tampos as well, a few more of them. I just wanted to make sure we had the chips and salsa, the mouth, the teeth and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, really, really cool. Was it Country Western Sundance and but Butch and Sundance? I like that. I like that a lot. Again, lots of nice little kind of tampos. Just brilliant, brilliant. Oh, 34 inches. Okay, so I was actually closer than Airborne's Customs than you were. So yeah, 34 and a bit inches. Mr. Cheeseburger, are you having? I'm not sure if you're having a go at me there or not. We're just reporting on the news. I'm not sure if what you're referring to there, dude. Apologies if we have annoyed you on that one, but yeah, we're literally just reporting on it. That's all, and I'm just reacting and talking about it. I'm not claiming that this is mine or it's any of our IP. Just in case that's what you were talking about. Yeah, yeah, and also this is certainly not the first look. This has been out for ages. I'm literally just enjoying it and chatting with you guys. I'm not claiming that this is the first anyone's seen of it. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, I got really worried. I got seriously concerned that you were having a go at me then. Sorry, no worries. I'm very, very delicate. Okay, thank you, bud. I appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, so yeah, cool images, brilliant. Next up, then we have you take that section out, and you've got the actual Dragonfly. So I'm just showing you the different levels really that we've got going on this in this box. And there you go. We've got the Dragonfly now. There was a nice little element they did with this. Like they've put in like a piece between the stand, like the legs of the Dragonfly. The little kind of the stand. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what you call them. I've gone absolutely mad. I've lost a brain cell there or 5. But they put a piece in between it to kind of keep it steady, so there's no like possible chance of damage in transit. Which I think they've gone quite a long way to make sure that this is very protected in transit, which is great. Skids, thank you, Bad Wolf Media. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I forgot the term skids. And also, Rachel's already mentioned it up there too. So, will Doc Stretcher fit on the Dragonfly skids? Not a clue, honestly, Rachel. But I will be messaging Lenny after this to see what that is about. But yeah, a lot of reinforcement going on, Kick Toy. Absolutely. And I like that, like tape to the cockpit as well, so it doesn't kind of open and all that kind of stuff. Liking it a lot. Anyway, next we have the stand, which is again very, very cool. And this is the base, chunky base, not gonna lie. I'm not sure how many other images I've got of the stand. I think obviously when it's actually set up and the whole dragonflies on it, but I don't think I've got any kind of individual elements other than the chunky piece of the base. Can't wait to run over the dragonfly with my hiss tank, says Firefly. Brilliant. You get it. It's all pristine, and then you just crush it to death, destroy it on camera. That would be hilarious. And also, I would probably cry if that happened. No, they're yeah, absolutely hilarious. Lovely stuff. And then, of course, there's the dragonfly with no tail. It's a very simple, like pop and lock sort of scenario. Pop and lock sort of scenario, and you can take it back apart quite easily, apparently. So it's not one of those things where it's a lock and forever. You're never moving it again. You're never taking it apart again. So that's pretty cool. It is a Yojo rave party, Jedi Ben. Yeah, absolute scenes. So yeah, there's a broken down dragonfly on screen. And they did show a couple of very nice close-ups there of the close-ups of the interior kind of gun mechanism in the side there, the little flap that comes down. Flap. And yeah, great. Oh, little foot pegs as well. I forgot about the foot pegs. I like the foot pegs. It kind of allows you to have some very dangerous hangers on. It's great. Club Night Force Pop and Lock Party. Yes. Club Full Night Force Pop and Lock Party. I like it, Ryan. Yeah, even though we're looking at sort of very close images of the figures, by the way, well, not at the moment, but when we do look at the figures, they're not finals. There's probably been some more comments done before final production. So like some of the finishes are different, as Lenny would said, and I think there'd be elements of more tightness in some of the joints as well. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. They were literally effectively playing. You could even tell with the box. The boxes look like very early kind of production sample sort of situations. So yeah. Anyway, love this. Very nice indeed. And here is the kind of put it all together. Got the blast effects on the missiles and all that kind of stuff as well, which is really cool. And Lenny kind of flicked them to show how kind of sturdy they were, which is quite good too. And yeah, just a beautiful piece of equipment. And there it is on the flight stand. I'm so excited for the Dragonfly. I love the Dragonfly. I've always loved the Dragonfly. I've been a huge fan of, mainly I love the Tigerfly even more. The Tigerfly is like, if we ever get the Tigerfly, I think I'll quit collecting at that point and just put me out to pasture, because it doesn't get any better than that for me. So yeah, let's get that Tigerfly out there. But I would say that this Dragonfly is up there with some of my most anticipated items ever. The Hiss tank, don't get me wrong, beautiful piece of equipment, wonderful vehicle. I have so much fun with it. The lights are so cool. The figures are freaking amazing. Just like, it is a great, phenomenal Haslab. But when they revealed they were doing the Dragonfly, I was like lump in the throat, just like, this is going to be it. Like, I'm so excited. It was such an important aspect to the Action Force weekly and monthlies. It's just great. It's just great, and I can't wait to get this in hand with Wild Bill, with all the amazing figures. Let's get onto it, because that's what we're here for. The figures. When they opened this box, I wasn't expecting such a beautiful swathe of color. I love the blue on there. I think it's really nice, and I like all the different aspects they've added. I love the addition of the individual logos is chef's kiss, especially Glenda's Commandos Heroicos. Yes, please, and thank you very much. And of course, we'll get to Glenda in a little while because there's a little bit more cool stuff going on with Glenda too. But oh my word, I'm in. It's too late. I'm already in. But like, this is just yes. Look at that. Oh, oh, nice. Yeah. Anyway, brilliant. And then, of course, more beautiful Oliver Barrett artwork on the backs of the boxes. So they're slightly different to current boxes. Do I have any current ones? Do I have any current ones? I'm sure I do. Well, not really current because it's changed now, isn't it? But yeah, like no renders on the back. It's the artwork that's usually on the front of the This Is Airborne. But excuse me. But on the yeah, I don't have a box to kind of show. But yeah, the so it's slightly different in that you get in the artwork on the back here, but again, full artwork, so that's really nice. And I really like what Oliver's done with each character, like Wild Bill kind of poking his hat up with one of his pistols, very cowboy. The obviously Ripcord kind of like looking pretty dope as well, just kind of like yo. Glenda, it very much like her artwork in the on the card in the original Glenda figure from Argentina, and she was Argentinian, wasn't she? I'm pretty sure it was an Argentinian release. I always get mixed up with Argentinian and Brazilian releases. I'm 95% sure it's Argentinian, so I'm just going to say Argentinian. Then you can correct me anyway. Crazy Legs does look a little bit Matt Smith, Scott, in that artwork, but again, really cool. Again, I'm liking the little texture as well. We'll talk about the figures very soon. Yeah, so great stuff. And then we get on the side pieces, we get that freeze done again, but like on a smaller scale and across each figure. 142, 143, 144, 145. Yes, guys, you can fill in your blooming, the missing numbers finally. Yes, Argentina. Thank you, Eben. Chris, can you let Lenny know his rank on the side of the Dragonfly is wrong? Yes. I'm just going back to see where I showed that. I can't. Oh, sorry, my bad. You mean his Lieutenant WS Wild Bill Hardy? That thing. Anyway, okay, cool. Oh, he already knows. Okay, cool. I'm off the hook. Then yeah, here we go. Let's get into Wild Bill. So he comes with his two pistols, a knife. I think that's a knife. That ain't a knife. His shades, removable hair, and why has he got two hats again? Why has he got two hats again? Has one of the hats got hair? I've gone mad here. Why has he got two hats? I missed that completely. I don't know why he has two hats. Why does he have two hats? Someone let me know quickly in the comments because I am having an absolute brain fart. I don't remember this at all. One for posing. Huh? Are they not just two removable hats? Oh, one has hair, the other doesn't. Thank you. Okay, so one does have hair. Okay, I thought that was the case. Thank you. Yeah, brain fart. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I am all over the place at the moment, but that is cool. So two hats, better than one, always. He says, having like 50 hats next to him. Not even joking. I have a rat king of hats over here. I'm just like, what hat shall I wear tonight? And then just they'll get stacked on top of each other over here in like a rat king of hats. Hat king. It's good that I make myself laugh, right? Yeah, there you go. Rahat King Necro, yes, indeed. Right, there he is, brilliant. There he is with his hair and no shades. There he is with his hat, hair, and shades. Hat with hair and shades, and his pistol in his holster as well. And then we so that's all Wild Bill we're getting. Sorry about that. You can also see the tampon on his shoulder, which is pretty cool too, and his little his knife in his secondary, which is pretty dope. Yeah, then we get to Ripcord, who's got a lot. Well, we've seen this is the thing. We've seen Wild Bill a lot already, which is great. So, we've got plenty of Wild Bill kind of info, but this was the first time really seeing these figures other than renders and a sketch basically of Crazy Legs. So Ripcord has got his little what do they call that? Is that like a I can't. It's a something-ometer, but I can't remember. I've lost my brain. Someone will tell me in the comments. His little, how far he's off the groundometer, and then he's the Night Force patch as well, which is pretty cool. So he's got the Night Force logo on one side, and he's also got ultimate. Thank you, altimeter. Thank you guys, appreciate it. And then on this side, you've got the also Night Force kind of patch, not Night Force patch, but the Griffin patch, which is pretty cool. Hip cord. I like it, Necro. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, so again, another character with that patch that we've already seen with Tunnel Rat, Big Benjamin first, obviously, and has anyone else had it yet? I think that's it, right, so far. So yeah, brilliant. He gets that too. Nice to know. I love the secondaries. I love that little pouch on the side there for his his little breathing apparatus, which is pretty cool too. I love the head sculpt. I like the hair color. I think he looks really cool. Yeah, and there a nice shot there again, seeing the details on that kind of on the gear that he's wearing, the little zippers. Again, the secondary looks great. I'm really into this one, and I think I think we've got a basis of some pretty cool figures as well going forward. Who's Altimeter? Nice one, Jamie Lynn. Did Shooter have the patch? Nay, she did not, which makes me sad. Oh, Shockwave, yes, and the Ram has it too. Yes, Officina dos Joes. You're absolutely correct that the Griffin is all over the Ram, and yes, the patch is on Shockwave as well. Thank you for adding that one. I completely forgot about that. That's another. And now I'm excited because we've got another Night Force figure coming. That's great. Yeah, paint on the zippers, Real Zim. Absolutely. They've gone to town on the deco, even though it's just all black mainly. Yeah, the fact that you've got deco on the zippers is just brilliant. Love it. Phenomenal. Oh, Wolf Spider doesn't have that patch. No, he doesn't, Daniel. He has, yeah, you're right. He has a wolf spider on his arm, doesn't he? Which is cool. But yeah, I kind of feel like he should have both. He should have the Wolf Spider and he should have the Night Force patch, and he should have the Night Force. Like, he should be covered in patches. They should just call him Patch. Anyway, yeah, there he is pointing out the Griffin. The Griffin on a globe holding a flame, or yeah, lighting the world. The Griffin being a protector, which is pretty cool. I can see this flight suit being reused for lift ticket. Rachel, I agree. The zippers are upside down too. How do you mean? Upside down? I'm so confused. Okay, maybe they are. I'm not too fussed really on that one, but I don't know how they could be upside down. But that's crazy. That's a shame. Sorry. And then you got the helmet with that massive moving visor thing as well, which is really cool. That is awesome. And yeah, it looks really good on the figure as well. Also, doesn't Grunt version 3, I think it is, have the zippers in the front of the pants like that? Just saying, paint those pants orange and you might have a Grunt coming out. Yeah, obviously the star of the show is coming up. There is obviously the kind of the face mask and the little kind of oxygen mask. Really, really awesome stuff. And then the backpack, which I was really excited when I first saw it because I thought, "Ooh, I wonder if he comes with a parachute." He does not, but my goodness, they literally hinted to the point of just effectively saying, "Yeah, but we're having parachutes coming soon." So yeah, very excited to see the actual parachute that they end up doing with, I'm assuming, the action pilot, based on, based on the fact they're a Halo jumper. So that's exciting. And yeah, the fact there's an extra peg on the inside of the backpack flap so that you can utilize the parachute in there, which is very awesome. Yeah, and the backpack's really nice. I really like this one. It looks very good. And yeah, I'm just very excited for this figure in general. Again, actual backpack straps, which is brilliant. And the little kind of belt like that clips on the front too, so you can actually, they're wet. It's the first. This is like, I feel like this is breaking a bit of ground for backpacks in general, and maybe, fingers crossed, we get more backpacks in the line that are like this. Not just parachute backpacks, but backpacks that do store stuff and do have actual straps, so you don't have to like just plug it in and then watch it slowly fall out on your display. So yeah, I'm very excited for the straps. And obviously, it makes sense if they're designing something that is a parachute pack for a figure to be thrown out of. You've got to have straps and a little belt. You can't just plug it in the back, because as soon as you throw it out there and the parachute comes out, that figure's going blonk straight off. So yeah, it makes sense. Brilliant. And yeah, of course, we've got a regular standard ripcord to come as well. So maybe he comes with a parachute. Who knows? Who knows? So that's the backpack. Very awesome. Love it. And this is all the gear on, like the secondaries and the back. I love all the straps. It's just seeing all those like straps and secondaries. It's just there's something very satisfying about it. Really cool. Yeah, I'm really into this ripcord figure. There he is with the little goggles, the blue goggles, and then of course you put the helmet over the top and you get that vibe with the goggles on show. But then of course you can put the visor down, and how cool does he look? So cool. And he comes with two rifles as well, which is also, worth mentioning. And here he is with all his gear on, the backpack poking out the back, obviously. It's not going to be poking out the front, is it? And of course, his helmet, loads of nice details on the helmet. Is so good. And there it is again with the visor up and the goggles on show. Oh, it's really sexy. Really sexy. This is next level. And the blue's a nice color pop on that figure, because obviously a lot of black, a lot of green, very, very similar. And then you got the blue on there, and it's like sweet. Yeah. His goggles are Mad Marauders blue. They are, aren't they? Yeah. Lovely stuff. Navy SEALs vibes, says Bryce H. Yeah. Big time. Okay. Marlon Wayne's ripcord all the way, says Rachel. Brilliant. I'd be up for seeing that figure in the classified series. Then there's another shot of him with Crazy Legs in the background, actually. Yeah. They look very similar because they've got both very similar gear, colors, deco, all that kind of stuff. But let's move through to Glenda. Now, this one made me really, really happy, because not only have they really like put out, the vibe of the kind of specific foreign homage here, but they're really playing it up with the Commandos Heroicos logo, which they've kind of like updated for like the classified series. So we've got an updated Commandos Heroicos logo with like a double GI Joe star sort of thing. I think it's really, well, it's not a double GI Joe star because I think they all have the GI Joe logo on them. Yeah, and then they put the logo kind of in the way of that. So effectively, it's the Joe star from the classified series, but then with Commandos Heroicos on, with the red inside the star and the blue outline. I love it. I love it. And it's not even the only Commandos Heroicos, vibe. Yeah, so let's move on. So Jane Mulligan is her name, because that was what the Argent 7 figure had as a file name. They were absolutely bonkers, and I love them for it. I can't imagine not working on Flash and Grand Slam at the same time. Totally, Rachel. Totally. Like I said, um, I feel like I'm going to read that figure six pack in a second. That's a great comment. I just want to stay on what Rachel said. I definitely think they are working on a Grand Slam, and I just my expectation here is that Lenny let that slip by accident because that name is on his mind. That's what I think happened in that stream, and no one picked up on it because I don't think anyone was that attuned to what that it was. Flash's gear, not Grand Slams. Either way, they're probably coming, aren't they? Let's face it. Now, to the figure six packs point here, Chris, I heard there were Irish expats that migrated to Argentina more than a century ago. It was too easy. It was to easily acquire land for farming. Also, doesn't Jane Glenda Mulligan have an Irish surname? Yeah, absolutely. So correct on both of those points. She is a Mulligan, and I love the fact that Argent 7 did it. And it's very likely that that's because that name is, like you said, based on that history, is ingrained in Argentinian culture. So does not surprise me at all, and it's cool to know. And knowing is, Um, I'm telling you, Robert saying wasn't even going to open Glenda, but that is now a favourite. I think she looks great. I think it's brilliant. Definitely swiping that backpack for my Alpine. Philly, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. Seeing Flash's gun makes me happy, says Liquid Identity 101. Same. Glenda's head is Scarlet's or another? No, it's new. It's a new head sculpt of Asina Dosto. She's got a separate head sculpt to Scarlet, which I think is great. Or at least, or if it's not a separate head sculpt, then it is what do you call it? Like a separate face print, like a different face print. But I'm pretty sure it's a different head sculpt. The blue uniform is very close to the EDC in Transformers, Carl. Indeed. Yeah, Flash's helmet's on Duke already. Yeah, totally. Glenda looks exhausted because you try dealing with Wild Bill and his down home wisdom drops all day. Yes, Scott, indeed. They could easily do Marissa Fairborn. They really could. Currently getting messages showing me what a parachute looks like. Thank you very much, Darren. Very cool. I like it. I know you're already past ripcord, so I can ignore. No, I'm not going to ignore. The stream got cut off while I was trying to snap pics. Sorry, dude. No worries. But thank you for sending me pictures of reference images. I appreciate it. I like Glenda a lot. There's a lot of different looks for her. Indeed. Yes, Ben, it does use Retro Scarlet's body, absolutely. But in terms of head sculpt, I just was talking head sculpt because I thought it was obvious that it was a Scarlet usage in the body. Ben says Argentina has plenty of Italian, Korean, and British descendants as well. Thank you, Ben, for the extra information on that. I do appreciate it. Daniel says, I take back my original comment. Looking at these better now. They're great. Wild Bill for me, they're still the star, but the others look awesome. See, Daniel, I did say I disagreed with you at the beginning. We'll go back to that point, but no, I'm happy that you are vibing on the figures more than you did when you initially. So that's really cool. Maybe it's just because I'm pointing out stupid details left, right, and center. But anyway, Glenda. Now she comes with a harness, which is brilliant. Now this harness does actually go with, I think they said, like most of the. Oh no, it was the helmet they said fits on Roadblock, didn't they? The harness, I don't know maybe it does fit on Roadblock. I don't know. Did they say? I can't remember him saying. He definitely said they were testing something on Roadblock. It might have been a helmet. And he said it was a tight fit. And I can't remember if he said they tested this harness on Roadblock or not. You might be able to let me know in the comments if you remember. Either way, it's a cool harness for other figures to utilize for the winch. Oh, brilliant. Roadblock will fit the harness. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it. Tight fit, but fits. Yeah. I wasn't sure if he was talking about the harness or the helmet. So I'm glad it was the harness. Yes, cool. Now, I love the little loop on the front as well. So obviously you've got the winch can be attached to it. This is just great. Again, just great. They said there are some big boys coming that it won't fit in. Yeah, and obviously those are, let's face it, Road Pig and Nemesis Immortal. I mean, we've already talked about that. So yeah, I would imagine that those two are the ones. Who's going to be using Nemesis Immortal to winch up to the Dragonfly? I, who? Who wants to do that? Everyone's like, I want to do it. Anyway, Wicked Harness, love it. Obviously, she comes with multiple different looks, got different hairstyles. She's got two different main hairstyles. Then she's got a hairstyle with a headset in it, kind of like this one I'm wearing at the moment. And she's got the helmet look as well, which is great. Multiple hands, brilliant. Pistol, and then she's got Flash's backpack and laser rifle, even though Lenny did let slip the Dog of War Grand Slam's name a few times. Now, I will say that he's let it slip, but I don't know if that's one coming in the future officially, because, like I said, we have some information in the future, but Grand Slam hasn't popped up as one that would be in that list yet. That said, I'm sure it's on the list. I'm sure, you know, sooner rather than later as well. And he can fly shelf presents. Exactly. 80s toy boy. Exactly. I bet Road Pig is closer to the size of Roadblock. It's unique again. Road Pig is a unique build, but it's a different. How can I phrase it? Shape, I guess. It's probably about the same height as Roadblock, but again, it's a different shape, if that makes sense. It's not the same structural shape. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's move on. There is Glenda with her kind of, I call this the princess dye cut. I do like that, the kind of like that kind of sweep over. It's actually looked like my hair was a little while ago because I let it grow for a while. I started looking a little bit emo. So yeah, that is yeah, that's really nice. I like that one. I like this look. I think I prefer the other one, if I'm being honest. I like this one, but I think I prefer the other hairstyle. I think it looks kind of cool, and we'll have a look at that in a second. But here's Flash's backpack with kind of, hose attachment, laser hose, lederhosen, a laser hosen. Pixie cut, indeed. I'm going to still call it the princess dye. It is a little. I'm going to go emo. I'm just going to say emo on this one. And then, of course, yeah, this is the one I like. I like this one a lot. That kind of like sweep back, a little bit more modern. I quite like this one. I like this look a lot, very much. I am aging myself, shelf presents, but I think I age myself every single day by aging. Every single minute, every single millisecond. Been flying too many missions, indeed. Medic 1849, yeah. Anyway, I think she looks great. I do like this. Again, I like the differences. I like different head sculpts. I like different looks. I like different differences between characters. Not all looking the same. Not all looking a certain type. Not all looking a certain way. I like that diversity, that difference, even if it's another white person. I like that, a different kind of vibe. We have Scarlet over here. We have Lady J over here. We have Covergirl. We have Shooter. We have Zarana. We've got the Baroness. Glenda now is it's a different vibe. We've got Vipra. We've got Akiko. We've got other Baroness. We've got other Scarlets. Lots of different Scarlets. We've got. I'm just going to test my knowledge here. Different Baroness-I. Baroness-I is the Baronesses. Jinx. We've got Jinx. We've got. There's more, sure, but you know what I'm saying. I like that we've got. It's just different. I love it, and I'm this Glenda figure. Any foreign homage, I'm there for obvious reasons. This is the one. Actually, I'll tell a lie. This is my favorite of the hairstyles because it's got the headgear, the headset. Yes, Heart Wrencher. Good shout. Valkyries. Yes, Ferret Rider. Yes, another good shout. I missed them out because I don't have them and I keep forgetting. But you're absolutely right, guys. They're all different. Although most of them you can't actually see their faces, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, cool. But yeah, this is the one I like. I love the headset. I really like the headset and the hairpiece. I'm digging that a lot. So this is. I like a secondary too with the kind of like that kind of neck piece as well. Just really good stuff. X Factor 17 says, sorry, don't know if it's been discussed already, but do we know if the rudders are going to be yellow on the final product? I hope not, or else I'm going to need some custom rudders for mine. They're going to look, I believe, like that. Yellow, yeah. I just had to check myself because I couldn't tell or not. Anyway, let's zoom back to Glenda. There's the headgear. Yeah, I think yellow. I think they are yellow. Helix, of course, Helix. Where are you hiding? There you are, hiding around the corner, out of my eyesight, so I couldn't count you in the list of the different female head sculpts we've got. Yeah, thank you, Lawrence. Much appreciated. I'd love to see female Crimson Guard. Indeed, same would I. Anyway, yeah, there you go. Next, the backpack and the laser rifle on show there again looks pretty cool. Like, I think fits with the figure very well indeed. Stygian, I was very angry when Glenda was shown as one of the angry, but I actually really like her now. Well, I'm just really happy that that's the case, that you're in that camp now. I will say straight from the off, I was excited for Glenda. I was surprised at the reaction, but at the same time, the reaction is what it is. If you're not feeling something, you ain't feeling something. And like for me, I know like I tend to like everything. Well, that's not true. I don't always just like everything and go, oh great, it's brilliant. I don't. We've had conversations in the past, very recently, where I said like, you know, the Trooper wasn't really doing much for me. The Retro Cobra Trooper. Like, I'm not that fussed. I'll get one, but I'm not going to be going out there getting 40 of them. You know, like Cobra Commander. Great. I have a Cobra Commander, you know, on card in a Haslab offering. But this one, it's cool. It's got the chrome and yeah, sweet. But I'm not like super gassed, right, for it. And I've said that on, you know, multiple times. Stalker, very excited for, because it's like the deco I'm loving. And the figure, I really like the figure anyway. But like the fact that it's you know, the deco is really nice on that Stalker. I'm down, and it kind of helps us continue that building out the original lineup. So yeah, but when Glenda, I was like, one, here's Retro Scarlet for everyone, so it's like that's got to make everyone happy, right? Nope. It just seemed like, I think some of it was like, who is Glenda? I don't know who Glenda is. It's a waste, whatever. You know, what's the point? Yada yada yada. For me, it was like I knew who Glenda was. I was excited for that, for a little kind of representation for the Argent 7 for Argentinian figures, all that good stuff. And, you know, again, the more the merrier for me. And it was like, you know, there was so much to enjoy about it. Flash's gear, kind of pre-tooling sort of thing of like going, oh, well, Flash is coming then. And now we know Grand Slam is. Because of what. And again, I say that as that's what my expectation is. You know, it's just a guess, obviously, but at the same time, it's probably going to happen in it. Grand Slam's probably coming. Anyway, and then this was the other beauty, the fact that they popped Commandos Heroicos on the back of her helmet as well. Awesome, brilliant. Rexship85 says, I'm not the only one, I'm sure, but this was my first introduction to Glenda, and it opened my Joe lore to all the international stuff. Bring me Kangor. Oh my goodness, the international G.I. Joe kind of environment, like landscape, is vast. It is like in like a crazy depth of characters with development as well somehow. Like, you know, the club took a lot of those kind of characters that hadn't really seen much other than maybe one release back in the vintage period or era, and they fleshed them out. They gave them new figures to an extent. They fleshed them out in like the little comics in the magazines, in, you know, like I don't know, it just like that some of them have had a bit of life. Certain, you know, like in the case of Action Force in the UK, Palatoy, we had the Battle Action Force comics. Now, pre-order for those deluxe treasury editions is coming soon, guys. And with the massive like Kickstarter kind of influx, kind of like, you know, what do you call it, success and popularity, I just hope a little bit of that trickles into the Battle Action Force like treasury editions, because I cannot wait for those, and I will be pre-ordering them day one. Absolutely. Again, like if you don't know much about, like, that era of GI Joe elsewhere in a foreign territory, in a foreign land, my God, what a great way to get into the Palatoy era of Action Force. Like, seriously, Battle Action Force comics are an absolute trip. Anyway, so yeah, Commandos Heroicos, Helm the Helmet, and I'm really into that. So yeah, cool. And here it is on. Looks really dope with a little mouthpiece, and I think she looks great. I think she looks phenomenal. And I'm also thinking, like, yeah, they made a Pilot Scarlet during the 25th anniversary. Yes, paying homage to Glenda's design, absolutely, Airborne's Customs, which I thought was a little cop out at the time. I like that figure, but like I wish they just made her Glenda. I noticed. I think she had a also like aliases. I think on that one where she had like one of her. I think she had a name in there as like an alias or something, which was quite fun. But yeah, I kind of wish they'd done. I kind of wish they'd done that as a Glenda figure, honestly, back in the day. But it was a nice homage, and that was Hasbro itself, wasn't it? It was a 25th release. So yeah, the club. Did the club do a Glenda? I don't think they did. I don't think they did, mainly because we had the Pilot Scarlet figure at the time, though, I guess. I need Night Force Cesspool, says Stygian. That's hilarious. I remember cats talking mad trash about Glenda. So irritating. Yes, Black Genghis. Absolutely. I did think it was... I didn't understand the hate, honestly. Chris, do you think Lenny purposely makes these slips Grand Slam in brackets? No, I genuinely think that was an accident. I think that was one of those things where they may even, like, in their mind, they're thinking it's Grand Slam, even though it's Flash, but they're probably also working on Grand Slam as well. So I think it's a genuine slip. It might not be. It might just be you got the character wrong and they're not working on it right now. That could also be something that's happening, but it's very likely that's the other version of that. What I just said. She looks awesome there. She does real Zim. Absolutely. I need any Cispools listed. Yeah, true. 4-pack of Flash, Zap, Hawk, Blonde Hawk, Grand Slam would be cool too, says Mr. Cheeseburger. I just give them to me all separately. Either way, I want those figures too, definitely. Yeah, I was a bit confused as to why people wanted Doc. I wasn't confused about Airborne, and I was surprised we didn't get Airborne until we heard the reasoning for it. And the fact that we have Airborne as a figure, completely, it doesn't matter. We didn't need Airborne as a tier. They just needed to let us know that Airborne was coming, and they did. So that was like the way around it. It was like, I know you're expecting Airborne, but don't worry, we actually are doing Airborne, and he'll be out just in time. And he has been. I've got him, and he's brilliant. So it's the best of both worlds. In that sense, I don't think it matters at that point. Like, they're telling us we're getting Airborne. I think it should be a null and void thing that we're not getting him in a tier, and it's good. Like, it's like, good. Then more people can get him. Great. And that gives us an opportunity to get a random foreign homage like Glenda and another Night Force character like Crazy Large Legs. Crazy Leggings. Just in case questions come up when I get to Crazy Legs. Interesting. Okay, cool. I'll read all that out, Darren. Thank you very much for even more information. They name dropped Doc right toward the end of the campaign too. Yes, you're correct. They did. Doc, again, another one. No, I do not expect that to be trapped in a Haslab. I expect weird figures we're never going to get ever, usually, normally, and sub-team variant colors. It just makes sense to me. I was expecting some sort of as it appears, the Steel Corps Commander kind of idea. I did think that was happening. I think that story is that was planned for the tiers. That's why we had Steel Core silhouettes for those particular spots. And Crazy Legs was a bit of a last minute kind of change. So we were probably going to get a Steel Corps Commander kind of figure in that, but they changed their mind on that one, which is good. I'm kind of glad they did, because well, looks like we're getting the Steel Core Commanders anyway. And I'm hoping it's a 2-pack, and I'm hoping it's the male and female. Like, I'm just hoping that is what we get, because I think it would be great to have both. Now, on top of that, like I said, getting another character in a variant kind of sub-team sort of vibe and making it Crazy Legs, I was like, yeah, sign me up. We're in. Lovely stuff. And yeah, I think actually the fact that we had, what was it? We had Night Force Ripcord in the Sky Striker Haslab, and we had Pilot Scarlet in the Sky Striker Haslab. It's funny, isn't it, that we sort of got that with the Dragonfly. And I liked it. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, let's not forget as well, with the whole Doc and female Doc, it's Carla Greer who is niece. So they're two separate characters. So they can be brought out at different times. They can exist at the same, like, in the line at the same. It's not like you're getting one instead of the other at any point. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're probably gonna get Carla Greer at some point in the lineup. And yeah, I'm here for it. But like, I don't think it's going to be one of those things where it's one or the other. You get Doc or you get female Doc, because they're two completely separate characters. Arctic Doc from the 25th line. Well, yeah, from like was it Rise of Cobra? Or was it Pursuit of Cobra? Might have been. It was in that era of like exclusives, wasn't it? And I'm not sure if it was Rise of Cobra or Pursuit of Cobra, but that Arctic Doc was phenomenal. And that deco with the rescue color, the orange and just lovely stuff. It was Rise of Cobra, wasn't it? Yeah, thank you, Alti. So yeah, I would 100% love to see a Doc like that, an Arctic one with all those colors. Bring it on. Bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. Right, next. Crazy Leggings is next. And we'll bring this kind of to a close with Crazy Legs. Now, gets the Night Force logo, obviously. And again, good loadout. And really happy that the hat was included in this one, because that was something that popped up for, early on in the kind of sketch kind of phase. And Darren, who let us know, of course, that it was a rigger hat. And I'll read all the responsibilities for a Crazy Legs personage, right? So Crazy Legs' specialty, his responsibilities would be to pack personal parachutes, individual packs, rig supply bundles and vehicles for airdrop missions, team pack, clean, maintain. Oh, I see. That means like he'll be doing it on his own for the pack, for the personal parachutes, and he'll be doing it as a group or a team with the vehicles and the airdrop missions. That makes sense. Clean, maintain, and repair parachutes and equipment. Must have great attention to detail, mechanically inclined, a team player, and a focus of safety. It's like his LinkedIn profile, isn't it? Jump Master, personal inspections, JMPI. Jump Master / aircraft safety, E5 and higher, duties for jumps. Drop Zone Safety Officer, or DZSO, or DZSO, as you guys say, / malfunctions, NCO, E5 and higher. Airdrop and sling load inspection. Sling load. Gross. It's the Spider-Man technique, isn't it? I make myself laugh sometimes. Training / expertise. Let's move on to that. Required airborne school, parachute rigger school. Additional RAM air course. What does RAM stand for? Darren, let me know in the comments, please. RAM, RAM air course. Air assault school, Pathfinder school, military freefall school, Ranger school, and Special Forces school. That's a lot of schools to be going to. Just, that's amazing. But brilliant. Thank you so much, Darren, for the extra bit of information there for a rigger. Thank you, Real Zim. I thought it was funny as well. Is it a folding stock on the SMG? I don't know, actually. I don't think it is. But it is pretty cool, isn't it? The gun is amazing. Oh, it is a foldable stock. Brilliant. Thank you, Mr. Cheeseburger. It is. Yes, but when are we going to get a real digital render of Crazy Legs? Brian, every time you get me with your funny quips. You're an absolute quip master. The SMG looks so well built, much improved over the Falcon folding stock style. I agree, Comics E Cafe. I definitely agree. The folding stock on the shotgun is just a little bit too buckaroo for me. Like you move it a little bit and it just pings off, and I'm not a fan of that. Helicopter support team packing coming soon. Oh, good point, Jamie Lynn. I hope, fingers crossed. Yeah. The video showed the folding stock. Thank you, Figure Six Pack. I missed that because I was taking screenshots and avoiding, just listening out, and I missed it. Um, I'm missing some. Sorry. Okay, cool. Ram Air is learning to pack the free fall chutes. It's also now a required school for riggers. Thank you, Airborne's Customs. Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate the extra information. It's actually really nice to know, and this kind of becomes a very informative, knowledgeable stream rather than me just going, "He's got a red hat, Annie." Scott says, honestly, Crazy Legs is the weakest for me. I don't know. He just doesn't look right when not in red and grey. Well, I'm sure he's coming in red and grey, so don't you worry. It will happen. Ram Air is type of shoot. Thank you, Sean. Plenty of jump masters in G.I. Joe, both Airborne's, Tall Tree and Robert Six of Sky Patrol. Yes. Thank you, Figure Six Pack. Again, a bit more info for the Joes there. Now, here he is. I have to admit, I love the different head sculpt, the different style of character. Got a different face, different haircut. It's just different. I like the fact that he looks like just a regular dude. Just like he's not too sexy. He's not Road Pig. Not that I've seen Road Pig. Let me think of another one that's ugly. He's not Falcon. Anyway, yes, he's got a red hat. The red hat is a rigger hat. Anyway, there he is. And the only thing I would say about Crazy Legs is I wish they'd done way more with the deco. I wish they'd given the texture on him like a dark grey or something, just to separate him from Ripcord. But effectively, they kind of work as like a very similar looking group of parachuters. And I guess it kind of looks like, it kind of ties them together in like a army builder sort of way, or like a group parachuting sort of like free fall sort of kind of vibe. So I think like toy photographers are going to get a kick out of this. McLovin, he does have a bit of McLovin face, doesn't he? That's actually hilarious. There he is with his cap, which again, nice vibe. I like it. There's his hat, little black bits on there too. I like it. Oh, the padded part is a subtle brown wash, but it's hard to see. Thank you, Ryan. I wasn't aware. Oh, you're right. You're right. And you know what? That has made it for me. I'm super happy now. I am super happy that there's even a slight difference in the deco. That's made me really happy. I'm so glad they did that. I was thinking like you could do like a grey to make it really look different, but that like touch of brown, yeah, I can kind of see it when I really look at it. That's actually really dope. Brilliant. Free fall confirmed. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's dope. I'm into this. When's the C-130 Haslab coming to carry all these parachutists? Luke, don't get me excited. 2 of those flew over today, or 2 very similar cargo planes flew over our place today. They're so cool. They're so massive as well, just like hossing over, landing. See quite a lot of military planes over where we are, so it's kind of fun. It's a lot of military helicopters as well. I saw the other day I was at work and I ran outside because I heard the distinct difference between traffic news at like midday or like police search helicopter. You can tell the difference between that and the military helicopters. I ran out and it was like blooming Apaches and Ospreys and all sorts flying over and Chinooks, and I was just like, this is amazing. So anyway, yeah, there you go. There's his hat. Classified C-130 would be what, 10 feet? It would be massive, and I'd be there for it. Is that the same hat as Alpine? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Let's have a look. I'm going to have a quick look at Alpine's hat, just to see if I can get a similar... See if I can see any kind of similarities in there. It could be because you've got that kind of... No, it's different. So Alpine's is very, very... oh, God. Can I zoom in, please? It's not the same. So like he has two bigger patches of green on the side, and the middle section is like ridged all the way along. So it's very different texturally. It is different completely in actual fact. In fact, this one's got more of a bend in the peak. This Crazy Legs one's got more of a bend in the peak. So yeah, so it is different, definitely. Obviously, this one's smooth down the middle, so it can't be the same hat. They're completely different hats. They didn't even share the tooling where they could probably get away with it. Do you know what I mean? That's amazing. Okay, and this is him with his helmet and the goggles. Brilliant. And the secondaries again, the strapping. I'm really into this, man. I'm really into them. I do wish they hadn't added black to the hats, but I can live with it. Says Airborne's Customs. Yeah, I'm guessing it's just to add a splash of color to or difference, just to break it up. But I know you sent us the actual original hats when we were talking about the reaction to the tier reveal back in ages ago last year. And I remember you sending me images of the actual rigger hats that I showed on screen and everything. So I knew that they were all completely red based on what you'd sent me. So that is interesting. They've added something to them. Everyone going to get Glenda. Watch everyone want a retro card version just to own her. Yeah, exactly. Chris, that cross harness would be needed for a jump jetpack accessory and or maybe for a future hit and run figure down the line. I'm feeling both of those. Yep, definitely. Any idea why Crazy Legs didn't get parachute backpack as well? I don't know, Thomas. Actually, I don't know. You probably could have gotten away with giving him the same backpack and just maybe changing the deco on it a little bit. But yeah, maybe I don't know. Got me. Because his original, it's an homage to his original figure that didn't have a parachute either. Really cool though. Love it. Fun fact, says Danny of Our Time, Crazy Legs is also the name of a famous breakdancer from the Rocksteady crew in NYC. Yes, it is. And Airborne's Customs says the cross harness is an homage to the older style personnel pack harnesses. Thank you for that. Again, bit of color on that one, Darren. Appreciate it. There he is with his loader all geared up. He's got his rifle in his hand, other goggles. So he's got goggles for wearing and goggles for putting around the helmet. He's got the hat, the helmet, the backpack, which you can't see, but you can see now. And yeah, there you go. Who do you think the next parachute user will be? Lawrence, I'm going to say the action pilot from the 60th, which is going to be a Halo jumper, is probably the next one. Alternatively, let's say regular Crazy Legs, regular Ripcord, or Freefall, or any of the Sky Patrol, or I don't know. But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, maybe this. I think this. Yeah, Derek. I think the 60th pilot will probably be the one that. Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one, Derek. Anyway, there they are, everyone together with the helicopter, the Dragonfly as well. It is a helicopter. I can call it a helicopter. But yeah, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Great lineup. The figures look phenomenal. I cannot wait to get this in hand. And here we are at the end. Right then. Thank you for joining me, guys. Quick rinse through of this. We covered this yesterday. We don't need to talk about it again. But there is the Action Pilot Halo jumper at the bottom. 60 ready. F9681. So I'm excited to see these 60th figures. I don't know when they're going to get revealed, but it's got to be soon. It's going to be this year, but it's got to be soonish, hasn't it? I don't know. Fingers crossed we get them soon though. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I think everything else is self-explanatory. We've talked about everything already. You got the Night Force Falcon and Heart Wrencher 2-pack with the Zorak one, which is a possible thing for the Walmart Comic Con, possibly. Obviously, we'll see what happens there. Still don't know who Road Pig's Animal Companion is. Well, we do, but we can't say. But we definitely don't know who Fred Deluxe or Whipsnake's 2-pack is. Whipsnake's is almost certainly in my mind the Steel Corps Commander 2-pack now. Don't know yet, but that's what I'm going to guess. Rachel's put in a good question here. Who's going to be the support team? So what are you thinking, guys? Some sort of 3-pack, like the Fire team? What do you reckon? Get them in the comments. I'm going to go with, without looking at the screen, Free fall. Free fall. Maybe you could do one of the Sky Patrol. Maybe you could do Skydive. And then, but then, yeah, I mean, it opens the doors, doesn't it, for the rest of them? I can't think, honestly. Maybe, I don't know. That's a tough question. That's a tough question. But ground crew is a good shout. Yeah, like the ketchup and mustard ground crew, but maybe make it ketchup, mustard, and mayo. Or ketchup, mustard, and then yeah, another character that we could throw in there, I'm gonna throw in. I'm gonna throw free fall in there. Free fall, ketchup, and mustard would be my 3-pack. Probably not gonna happen. But or maybe just crazy legs, free ripcord, and free fall, but all in the regular gear. There you go. Gaucho and free fall. I like that, Rachel. Gaucho is a mechanic, so he can work on like the helicopter, definitely. Ground crew with a tech, medic, and heavy artillery. I like that. I like that a lot. Let's get a rename of the second version of Sergeant Airborne. Yes, Comic C Cafe. That's a good point. Short fuse with steel core helmet. I like that too. Cloudburst is a good shout. Yeah. Ketchup and mustard in freefall. Indeed, Scott. Right. Ray, I don't think it's Night Force steel core, mate. I think it's just the steel core. I don't think it's Night Force related. Well, I mean, we'll see, but yeah, don't pin your hopes on Night Force steel core. I believe it's just steel core commanders. I don't think they're Night Force, but again, who knows? It might be. So I'm not going to say you're wrong. I don't think that'd be the case. Anyway, Skymate. Yes, another good shout. Another good shout. Maybe the MMS will be the support, says Kicktoy. It's not a bad shout, honestly, because you could do the MMS and you could do like, you could do Colonel Hawk, or you could do Grand Slam. I mean, Grand Slam would make sense, wouldn't it? Anyway, Grand Slam would make sense. We've got Stardust around the corner. Stardust has got to be also part of this narrative, I think. But yeah, Cloudburst and Skymate are great shouts in the comments, guys. And again, yes, Danny mentioned them as well. Blades, Windmill, Updraft, good shouts as well, Rachel. Blades, definitely good repaint as tripwire there. It'd be lovely. Yeah, cool. Okay. Right, that's that talk done. 2025, of course, we know a little bit. We've unlocked a few there, and maybe you never know. By the end of the month, or maybe after July, after SDCC, we'll be able to unlock a few more of these as well. Very excited to do that. There's some pretty cool stuff coming, guys. Is all I'm going to say, and I think, honestly, there's some phenomenal stuff coming. Like, just when you think, right, I'm going to go out on a limb. And say I think what we've seen for 2025 so far, or in terms of the listings, is some of it looks like the best lineup of figures ever. Like, it's crazy. I mean, it's already looking pretty solid down the left-hand column, isn't it? So I think there's going to be some absolute bangers to come. And like I said, if we can get some name onlys next month, or by the end of this month, then we're going to be unlocking some of these, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Phenomenal stuff confirmed. Yes, Jedi Ben. Yes. Right. Now, name only reveals that we're aware of. That's what we're at. Let's Talk Classified Footloose is coming soon. I've done about a third of the graphics on that, but it's not a lot of stuff. It's just, he's in a lot of the media. He's quite a big character in the cartoon and the comics, and for both Action Force and G.I. Joe. And of course, he's in the cartoon, isn't he? But and of course, he's got a few figures. Not loads, but enough to make it, difficult for me to get it all graphicked. So we'll get that one done, and then, hopefully we'll get some more name onlys really soon. Really, really, really blown away by today's unboxing. It was great. But of course, digital renders, Dial Tone, and Saw Viper. You'll notice we've removed the 3 Dragonfly crew because we've seen them now. Yay! Woo! Awesome stuff. So Dial Tone and the Saw Viper are the remaining digital renders that we've got, and I'm sure we'll get more soon. Right then, I'm bringing it to a close. I will be back, obviously, probably tomorrow. And, well, the folks come in tomorrow, right? I'll be picking them up from the airport. I'll probably be back late. We'll want to eat. We'll want to hang out. If anything happens, I'll post it on the socials, and maybe we'll talk about it the following day. And I know I want to keep Thursday free because I know Travis is doing a big stream on Thursday. So if I do anything on Thursday, it will be either before or after that, and it will be quick. All right. So shout out to Travis. I do not want to get any. I want everyone, because I know you guys enjoy a toy kind of mood as well. Most of our, in fact, probably all of our audience and more enjoy a toy kind of mood. So yeah, they'll be doing something very special on Thursday. So I will keep that free, Travis, don't you worry. Which means you might not see me for a couple of days, but we'll see how it goes. All right, we'll see how it goes. I will see you on the next thing, whatever it may be. Stay fresh cheese bags. I'm gonna oh, hang on, actually this is fine. I'm gonna put it on that. That's a finish, because what a beautiful way to finish. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll probably see you tomorrow. Like, my parents are going to be down here on the stream probably, because they haven't seen me for like a million years. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, 1, 2, 3, full force. I haven't lined up the video, so... That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on X, formerly Twitter, @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page, facebook.com/TheFullForce. We've also added a brand new Instagram, so check us out there as well, @TheFullForce Podcast, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback and questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce Podcast, or click on the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force!